Envoy Kethrix 9 hologram shimmered into view on the UNS Endurance's bridge. Commander Vance, invoke Safety Directive 47B. Coalition inspectors board your vessel in 5 minutes. Noncompliance risks embargo. Commander Mara Vance nodded once. Her fingers danced across the console. Acknowledged, Envoy, docking clamps open, all decks report ready. Captain Jalen Rook's voice cut in from the Marine Bay. Marines prepped, ma'am, escorting boarders per protocol. Myra locked eyes on the tactical display. She triggered the interlock sequence. Every railgun, missile pod, and plasma turret clicked into standby. Manual overrides only. No AI shortcuts. Weapons safe, but hers to unleash. The airlock hissed. 10 inspectors in hazard suits stomped aboard, led by a squat Dravari sub-officer with scanner claws clicking. Holocams floated behind them, lenses whirring. Lead the way to munitions decks, the sub-officer barked. His translator bead pulsed blue. Human vessels flagged for primitive volatiles, unstable by Coalition standards. Myra fell in step beside Rook. His Marines flanked the group, rifles slung low. No words passed. They marched to the lower holds. Rook's jaw tightened as inspectors sliced open a crate. Shaped charges gleamed under the lights. Illegal payloads, the sub-officer declared, exceeding yield limits by 400%. Confiscate. 2 inspectors hefted the crate toward their shuttle. Holocams zoomed in, broadcasting live to the Galactic chamber. Mara watched the feed on her wrist pad. Envoy Kethrix 9 face filled a side panel, smirking from his station light years away. Political points scored. Commander, the sub-officer said, claws tapping a manifest. Explain these, no inertial dampeners on the warheads, reckless. Mara signed the digital confiscation log. Her stylus moved steady. Logged, next item. Inspectors pried into the armory next. Fléchette rounds spilled out. Fragmentation tech band post-Voreth incident, another snapped. Seize all, Rook shifted. A Marine's boot scraped the deck. Mara shot him a glance. Hold, crates piled up in the shuttle bay. Holocams captured every lift, every label. Primitives hoarding death, the sub-officer narrated for the feed. Coalition protects the peace. Mara signed again. Complete. Not yet. The sub-officer waved claws at the reactor bay. Power curves off spec, audit there. She led them down, Rook's Marines shadowed. In the chamber, inspectors scanned the fusion core. Alarms blared on their pads. Overclocked, unsafe primitives, one yelped. Shut it down. Myra crossed her arms. Core nominal, human design. Coalition override. They slapped seals on conduits. Lights dimmed ship-wide. Rook leaned close. Ma'am, that's our maneuver drive. Logged, Myra said aloud. She signed the shutdown report. No argument. No plea, the lead inspector's comm buzzed. Envoy Kethrix 9 to all feeds. Humans comply. No resistance. Proof of inadequacy. Mara tapped her wrist pad. The Galactic chamber feed switched to primary. Tiered seats filled with alien admirals. Kethrix 9 preened at the podium. See the seizure. Humanity's arsenal deemed illegal. We act for safety. Solvery, the Coalition's fleet tactician, sat in the front row. Her tentacles drummed the armrest. She leaned to a neighbor, whispering. Inspectors filed back to their shuttle, crates stacked high. The sub-officer thrust a final tablet at Mara. Sign, full compliance. Her stylus scratched across. Sign, departing. Yes, your fleet stands down pending review. The airlock sealed, thrusters flared. Mara turned to Rook. Restore interlocks, silent running, no chatter. Aye, ma'am. He snapped orders, Marines double-timed. Bridge crew hustled. Engineers bypassed seals on the core. Power surged back. Mara pulled the chamber feed full screen. Kethrix 9 rapped his speech. Humanity exposed as threat. Embargo their sector. Disarm the primitives. Silence gripped the chamber. Then Solvery stood. Envoy review scans. Human interlocks engaged pre-boarding. Weapons never hot. Kethrix 9 blinked. Irrelevant. Seizure complete. Admirals shifted. A Krell warlord grunted. They locked systems, prepared. Mara watched. Every admiral leaned forward. Solvery projected the Endurance's logs hacked from Coalition feeds. Manual overrides only, no auto-fires, disciplined. Kethrix 9 crest flattened. Procedure misread restraint, Solvery cut in. Humans treat audits as ops. They complied, we provoked. The chamber erupted. Admirals barked overrides, votes flashed. Myra's console pinged. Incoming Coalition priority. Stand by for recall. Audit contested. She keyed ship-wide. All hands, weapons hot on my mark, but hold. Rook appeared on bridge cam. Limited objectives, ma'am. Fast and clean. Mara plotted vectors. The Endurance's drive hummed free. Hours later, the chamber reconvened. Mara monitored from her ready room, coffee steaming. Kethrix 9 faced the podium again. Return munitions, preposterous, safety. Solvery interrupted with a holosim. Coalition shuttle bays, crates unpacked. Human warheads integrated into simulators, yields recalibrated. Primitives, Solvery said. Their designs fit our racks, precision yields, not reckless. Admirals nodded. Avorath Fleetmaster slammed a fist. They handed us upgrades, locked weapons first, competence, not weakness. Kethrix 9 sputtered. Political war games now, Solvery ordered. Test human tactics. Myra's pad lit up. Direct from Solvery, Commander Vance. Your logs recalibrate our sims. Join, she typed. Logistics first, send specs. Response pinged. Sent humans fight smart. The Endurance ghosted through the fleet picket. Rook drilled Marines in the bay. Bait escalation, we execute limited. In, out, gone. Inspector's shuttle docked at Coalition HQ. Crates scanned deeper. Tex marveled. No dampeners needed. Human inertial compensation in the charge itself. Word spread. Admirals reviewed Endurance footage. Myra signing calmly. No pleas. Weapons pre-locked. Kethrix 9 stormed a side chamber. They submitted weak. Solvery followed. You mistake patience for surrender. Watch. She ran a sim, human escort ambushed. Interlocks drop. Railguns sing. Precision strikes cripple without escalation. Declaration of war, Solvery said. Quiet competence. Chamber vote finalized. Munitions returned. Embargo lifted, but eyes turned to human sectors. Mara Vance stood on the bridge. Sensors pinged coalition tenders inbound, crates in tow. Accept delivery, she ordered. Integrate ammo, stand ready, Rook grinned. They blinked first. No blink, Mara said. Recalculation. Tenders clamped, crates transferred. Inspectors avoided her gaze this time. Sub-officer muttered, directive amended, human specs approved. Mara signed receipt. Logged. As tenders departed, her console chimed. Solvery again, joint exercise, test your limited objectives. Mara replied, diplomacy like ops, coordinates. Sent, welcome to the fight. The Endurance powered up. Mara plotted course. Patience ended. Precision began. Galactic feeds buzzed. Humans comply, then coalition yields. Admirals leaned back, recalculating. Kethrix 9 demoted by dawn. In the void, human fleet stirred. Quiet no more. Rook's voice rose from the bay. Marines, gear up. We show them clean. Mara watched the stars. War declared on her terms. Coalition sims ran overnight. Human tactics shredded defenses. Solvery reported. Restraint was prepped. They waited. Kethrix 9 watched from exile. Primitives. But the chamber knew. Humans fought back not with rage but resolve. The Endurance led the exercise fleet. Railguns locked on sim targets. Mara gave the word. Fire! Strikes landed perfect. Aliens cheered. Cultural clash ignited. Humanity's war just started. Kethrix 9 hologram flickered onto Mara's bridge console. Emergency Statute 47 invoked. Human task force grounded at Port Kalasar. All vessels sealed until compliance audit. Mara Vance leaned forward. Her fingers tapped the armrest. Endurance's docking clamps locked firm against the station's spine. Port Kalasar sprawled outside viewports, endless berths crammed with coalition hulls, lights pulsing like a nervous swarm. Reason? Mara asked, voice level, no edge. Kethrix 9 tendrils twitched. Your ammunition specs violate safety protocols. Unsafe primitives risk station integrity. Audits commence at cycle's end. Sensors showed coalition cutters swarming the docks. Human shuttles recalled mid-flight. Rook's voice crackled from the Marine Bay. Commander, my team's pinned planetside. Shuttle crews late checking in. Stand by, Mara said. She keyed logistics. Reroute all fuel cells to sealed containers. Code them under Coalition Customs Reg 19B food synths and spares 2. Priority 1. Crew snapped to stations. Drones hummed through corridors boxing payloads. Mara watched manifests update. Fuel, 98% secured. Spares, locked. No leaks. Kethrix 9 feed lingered. You comply swiftly. Wise inspectors inbound. Mara cut the link. Helm, run full diagnostic. Mask it as maintenance. Engineering, vent excess heat to look idle. Endurance's drives thrummed low. Station traffic cams would show a grounded ship. Board, harmless. 2 hours ticked. Alarms whooped station-wide. Coalition security feeds flooded Mara's console. A human shuttle Rook's resupply run clamped wrong. Armed drones boxed it in. Detaining crew for sentience compliance, the security drone broadcast. Humans exhibit erratic patterns, confirmation required. Mara's jaw tightened, sentience compliance. Coalition code for prove you're not feral. Rook's voice cut in. Commander, that's my gunner team, 5 Marines, they're yanking them out. Footage rolled. Armored figures dragged humans from the shuttle. Restraints snapped on wrists. 1 Marine, Petty Officer Hale, shoved back. Took a stun prod to the gut. Log it, Mara ordered. All channels, no response yet. Kethrix 9 pinged again, hologram smug. Your primitives resist, see unsafe, full internment pending. Mara met his gaze. Crew detained under what statute? Station Security 12C. Your kind mistakes patience for permission. Kethrix 9 leaned in. Yield the endurance or face blockade. She blanked the feed. Initiate timed evacuation drill, all non-essential personnel to shuttles, civilians first, Marines cover, execute in 5. Klaxons blared on endurance. Crew moved like clockwork, corridors cleared. Families, Diplo spouses, tech contractors filed into bays, shuttles hot-swapped from sealed lockers. No hail to station control. No requests, just motion. Port Khalasar's command deck erupted. Salvery watched feeds from his tactician post. Human sectors emptied. Shuttles detached in sequence 1-2 minutes apart, perfect spacing, no collisions. They're leaving, a sub-officer gasped. Without clearance, Salvery cross-checked vectors. Shuttles arced toward human relay points. Endurance stayed clamped, but scans showed mass redistribution. Fuel gone, crew minimal. Kethrix 9 stormed in. Halt them, invoke containment. Security scrambled. Drones surged, but humans anticipated. Shuttles jinked through traffic lanes, coalition codes broadcast ahead. Legit manifests, custom sealed. 1 shuttle clipped a drone. Humans aboard didn't flinch, docked clean at outer ring. Transferred passengers to waiting tenders. Mara's console tallied. Civilians 100% off station. Time 14 minutes flat. Rook patched through. Planetside teams extracted via backup bird. Hale's bruised but walking. Your drill bought the window. Good, Mara said. Hold position, we're not done. Kethrix 9 face reappeared, furrowed ridges. You evacuated without protocol, sabotage. Drill, Mara corrected. Logged in your systems. Check Reg 22F, emergency preparedness exempts permission. His tendrils froze. You, prep this. Always. Mara signed off. Endurance's clamps released with a shudder. Station clamps fought back auto-engaged, but her engineers sliced the override. Clean hack. No traces, hull groaned free, thrusters fired precise. Endurance slid from berth. Station alarms screamed. Coalition cutters wheeled. Halt! Grounded vessel! Mara plotted evasion. Evasive pattern delta, minimum force. Endurance danced through docks. Cutters overshot too bulky for tight lanes. Humans knew the station's guts from months of compliance drills. Salvery overrode security channels. Stand down cutters, that's no flight, it's surgery. Kethrix 9 whirled. Tactician, arrest them. Salvery ignored him, pinged Mara's private line, the exercise channel. Impressive, your drill just ghosted my best sims. Coordinates for joint op, real 1. Mara glanced at incoming fire solutions. Locked but held. Accepted. Rally at Khalasar Prime, limited objectives. Transmitting now. Salvery cut feed. His console flagged Kethrix 9 demotion order. Politics lagged. Endurance cleared the station. Shuttles rendezvoused. Full task force reformed. Supplies intact. Crews whole. Rook's Marines reloaded. They poked the bear with a form. We walked. Not walked, Mara said. Marched. Galactic feeds lit up. Humans evade lockdown. Station humiliated. Coalition admirals convened. Sims reran with new data. Human logistics as weapons. Kethrix 9 sidelined. Primitives planned it, Salvery briefed. Restraint masked blades, they fight clean. Port Khalasar shrank astern. Mara set course for rally. Railguns primed, no rage, just resolve. Coalition fleets mobilized late. Human precision cut lanes first. War ignited not in fury but on schedule. Endurance jumped to coordinates. Salvery's fleet waited. Joint sims turned live fire. Targets acquired, Rook reported. Marines dropped pods, silent insertion. Mara watched drops. Clean strikes, no escalations. Pods bloomed on enemy hulks. Breaches sealed behind. Objectives hit. Sensor arrays slagged, no casualties. Aliens gaped at replays. They threaded our nets like ghosts. Salvery nodded to Mara. Your patience weaponized. Diplomacy as ops, she replied. Yours recalculates fast, good match. Coalition command fractured, Kethrix 9 exiled to fringe post, feeds crowned humans, quiet competence declares war. Rook's team exfiltrated, 0 losses. Tell the galaxy bait us at peril. Mara smiled faint, stars streaked. Task force swelled, human hulls from shadows, galactics learned. Patience wasn't weakness. It was the countdown, endurance led charge, coalition lines buckled, Solvery flanked perfect. Victory brewed, not domination, sink, but deeper threats stirred, political intrigue uncoiled. Real war loomed, sensors pinged inbound. Coalition reinforcements massive, Mara gripped console. All ships limited objectives, execute. Fire lanced void, precision met mass, humans held, for now, Rook's voice rose. Marines inbound, clean and mean. Station logs leaked. Kethrix 9 statute, shredded in courts. Galactics whispered, never mistake human quiet for surrender. Endurance pressed on, war's first declaration on their stopwatch, Solvery hailed. Next phase, your lead, Mara plotted. Affirm, coordinates locked, drives hummed. Coalition trembled. Humanity fought back, terms set, quiet no more, but one ping chilled, unknown signature beyond coalition. Watching, Mara narrowed eyes, new player, recalibrate. Game widened, precision sharpened. They came prepared. Plasma torches hissed against the human supply container's reinforced hull. Sparks showered the docking bay floor. Captain Jalen Rook snapped his visor down. Breach confirmed, team non-lethal protocol, 90 seconds. His Marines moved like shadows. Drones hummed from ceiling vents, deploying monofilament nets. Coalition Marines, 6 of them, armored in iridescent Kethrix pattern plate, froze as the first net whipped out. It sliced through their torches, wrapped 2 legs together. Contact, Rook barked into his wrist comm. Grid active. The alarm grid pulsed red strobes. Non-lethal gas canisters popped from floor panels, flooding the bay with neural fog. Coalition troopers staggered, claws scrabbling at visors. Human Marines zipped in low, Rook's squad, 10 strong, batons crackling with stun charge. One alien swung a vibro club, Rook sidestepped, baton to the neck joint. The Marine dropped, twitching. Zip cuffs snapped on wrists and ankles, 90 seconds flat, all 6 secured, weapons piled, Rook keyed open channel. Breach team contained, supplies intact, stand down. Static crackled, then Envoy Kethrix 9 voice slithered through, sibilant and amplified. Primitive vermin, you dare trap coalition enforcers? Release them. Apologize for your unsafe barbarism or we authorize lethal force. Rook checked his HUD, no apology in his brief. Mara's orders, limited objectives, clean execution. He glanced at the captured aliens. Their mandibles clicked in fury, but the neural fog kept them docile. Negative, Envoy. They're guests now, logged and cuffed. Kethrix 9 hologram flickered on the bay console, a towering insected with multifaceted eyes. You humans humiliated our inspectors, unsafe primitives hoarding volatile munitions. The Coalition demands apology now, or we board your hangar. Rook's jaw tightened. The inspection was theater. Coalition propaganda painted human supplies as galaxy-threatening relics. Mara had warned, patience mistaken for weakness. He tapped his earpiece. Commander Vance, second wave inbound. Mara's voice cut crisp from the endurance. Affirm, Rook. Hangar secure, isolate and hold. Copy. Rook signaled his demo specialist. Seal hangar doors, corridor lights out. Bulkheads groaned as blast doors irised shut. The station corridor plunged into blackout, emergency protocols rerouting power. Coalition bootsteps echoed beyond, second team charging blind. Rook's Marines took positions, suppressors loaded, flashbangs primed. Eyes on thermals, limited force. Kethrix 9 hologram snarled. Lethal authorization granted, take the primitives. The corridor airlock bucked. Breaching charges boomed. Coalition Marines poured in, 12 this time, heavier armed plasma lancers glowing. Rook's flashbangs arced first. Blinding pops lit the dark. Aliens reeled, firing wild. Bolts scorched walls, missing human positions. Suppress, Rook ordered. His team laid sticky foam rounds, non-lethal adhesive that hardened on contact. 3 aliens stuck mid-charge, lancers glued to chests. Marines closed, batons flashing. Zip cuffs clicked. A Coalition sergeant broke free, lunging at Rook. Rook dropped low, swept the legs, cuffed him face down. That's 11, where's the 12th? Thermal pinged behind. Rook spun. The last alien raised a grenade launcher. Rook's sidearm barked, rubber slug to the visor. The Marine crumpled. Clear. Rook wiped sweat. 1 minute 45. 0 human casualties. Kethrick's 9 feed glitched with rage. Impossible. Report. A coalition voice broke in strategist Solvery, her avian tones measured. Envoy replays show precision. They threaded our advance, ghosts in the dark. Rook ignored them. He patched Myra. Hangar secure, 18 detainees, request evac shuttle. Negative, Myra replied. Hold for coalition pickup, log everything, diplomacy as ops. Affirm, Rook eyed the cuffed piles. Their chatter filled the bay, furious clicks, demands for release. He broadcast station logs, timestamps, breach footage, gas dispersal certs. All by regs. Kethrick's 9 holograms swelled. This is war, your quiet compliance mocks us. Rook sealed the channel. Marines dragged detainees to holding cells, supplies untouched. Hours later, the bay hummed with coalition recovery teams. Solvery arrived personally, flanked by drones, her feathers ruffled as she scanned the logs. Captain Rook, your restraint. Recalculates our assumptions. Rook stood easy. Limited objectives, strategist, no need for bodies. She tilted her head, eyes whirring. Kethrick's 9 misread you, patience as weapon. Diplomacy first, Rook said. Shooting starts later. Solvery nodded once, sharp. Her team loaded detainees. No shots fired. Endurance Bridge Commander Mara Vance watched the feeds. Rook's Marines exfiltrated clean. 0 losses. Coalition feeds looped the captures. Primitives cuff enforcers. Mara's console pinged. Incoming hail. Kethrick's 9 demoted already, voice shrill. Vance, demand apology for this outrage. Mara leaned in. Logs sent, envoy. Your team's breached first. We're unsafe. Review the tape. Silence. Then fracture. Coalition command split. Solvery's report hit nets. Human competence underestimated. Political intrigue uncoiled. Kethrick's 9 exiled to fringe posts. Feeds crowned humans. Quiet competence declares war. Rook's voice crackled through. Tell the galaxy, bait us at peril. Mara smiled faint. Stars streaked past viewports. Task force swelled, human hulls emerging from shadow docks. Galactics gaped. Endurance led the charge. Coalition lines buckled under precision flanks. Solvery synced strikes perfectly. Victory brewed, not domination, but sync. Sensors pinged. Inbound signatures, coalition reinforcements, massive fleets. Mara gripped her console. All ships, limited objectives, execute. Fire lanced the void. Human railguns punched clean holes. Alien shields flared, recalculating. Rook's dropships hit stations. Marines inbound. Clean and mean. Station logs leaked galaxy-wide. Kethrick's 9 statutes shredded in coalition courts. Whispers spread, never mistake human quiet for surrender. Endurance pressed on. War's first declaration ran on humanity's stopwatch. Solvery hailed Mara direct. Next phase. Your lead. Affirm, Mara said. Coordinates locked. Drives hummed to life. Coalition formations trembled. One ping chilled the bridge. Unknown signature beyond coalition vectors. Watching, Mara narrowed eyes. New player, recalibrate. Rook patched in from the line. Ground teams report odd shadows, not coalition. Copy, Mara said. Hold positions, eyes open. Game widened, precision sharpened. Humans came prepared. Back on the station, now human-held, Rook oversaw mop-up. His Marines inventoried supplies, ammo crates, fuel cells, all pristine. A coalition straggler stirred in cuffs. You fought without rage. Rook hauled him up. Rage wastes ammo, competence wins. The alien's eyes widened. Cultural clash hit home. Fleet battle raged. Endurance dodged torpedo swarms. Mara's logistics web fed precise volleys, drones resupplying mid-fire. Coalition mass met human economy. Solvery's voice cut through chaos. Flank executed, their center cracks. Good match, Mara replied. Reinforcements warped in, coalition heavies, guns hot, but human subs had mined approach lanes. Mines bloomed silent, shredding drives, no casualties on human side. Slagged hulls drifted. Aliens gaped at replays. They threaded our nets like ghosts. Deeper threats stirred. That unknown ping multiplied, shadow fleet, signatures alien to all. Rook's shuttle docked Endurance. He strode to bridge, saluting Mara. Detainees transferred, station logs viral. She nodded. Patience weaponized. Yours recalculates fast, he said, echoing Solvery. Coalition command fractured further. Peace talks loomed, but on human terms, quiet no more. The unknown fleet hailed all channels, voice synthetic probing. Humans, coalition, observe. Mara muted it. Rook ground prep for escalation, limited still. He turned to Marines. Gear up, they baited, we answer. Precision met unknown mass. Humans held, war evolved. Galactics learned, patience wasn't weakness, it was the countdown. Commander Mara Vance gripped the armrest of her command chair. Her fingers tapped a single command. Transmit fleet-wide, she said. Cease interference or be treated as hostile. The words burst across open channels. Coalition cruisers lit up her tactical display. No reply came. Instead, interdiction patterns shifted. Strategist Solvery's voice crackled through the comms relay. Mara had tapped his frequency during the earlier skirmish. His tactics spoke competence, not bluster. Endurance, this is Solvery of the Varathian Wing. Your warning noted. Surrender corridor forming at Vector 357. Power down or face blockade. Mara's eyes narrowed at the holoscreen. 8 cruisers wheeled into position. They boxed her flotilla, 3 destroyers, Endurance at the core. Solvery's formation forced a narrow chute toward coalition lines. Yield or die, she keyed her console. Launch decoy pods, pattern Delta 7. Cargo bays hissed open. 24 pods rocketed out, mimicking freighter signatures. Dummy reactors pulsed hot. Coalition sensors locked on. Firing solutions bloomed on Mara's display. She watched the patterns. Cruisers fired in sequence, wide arcs first, then pinpoint lances. Doctrine mapped itself. Prioritize mass, then scatter chaff. Predictable. Pods report tracking, her sensor chief said. They're burning 12% efficiency on intercepts. Mara nodded. Good, resupply drones out. Plot cold jump microtranslation. Endurance shuddered as engineering spooled the drive. No warm-up warp, just a brutal snap shift. Risky inside contested space. Coalition fields could shred them mid-jump. Solvery's cruisers closed the corridor. Torpedoes streaked toward the decoys. Pods detonated in brilliant flares, chaff clouds blooming perfect. Jump in 3, Mara ordered. Helm, hold steady. Her Marines on the ground decks prepped via internal feeds. Captain Jalen Rook's voice echoed from the armory bay. Detachment locked. If we drop hot, we take objectives clean. Confirmed, Mara replied. Limited engagement. The bridge crew braced. Reality twisted. Endurance micro-translated, a cold jump fraction of a light second. No telltale warp bubble. Sensors blacked out for heartbeats. They reappeared, dead center in Solvery's formation. Coalition cruisers loomed like slumbering giants, point blank. Mara's flotilla ghosted between them, engines cold. Status, she demanded. Sensors blind to us, the chief reported. Their fields mask the jump signature. We're inside their net. Solvery's voice exploded over emergency channels. Impossible. Ghost contacts, recalibrate arrays. Mara allowed a thin smile. Target their command relays, precision strikes only, no escalation. Railguns hummed. Endurance's batteries spat slugs. Silent killers punched through cruiser hulls. Relay nodes vaporized. Solvery's formation stuttered, comms severed, firing solutions glitched. One cruiser yawed hard. Its captain barked orders in fractured galactic standard. Primitives, unsafe hulls, abort intercept. Mara ignored the slur. Her display pinged fresh data. The unknown fleet from earlier, the shadow signatures, probed the edges. Synthetic hails repeated, Humans, Coalition, observe. She muted it again. Rook, shuttle status, docked and secure, he replied, boots thudding toward the bridge. Detainees singing. Station logs confirm Coalition baited us with that primitive blockade. The lift doors hissed open. Rook strode in, saluting crisp. His marine fatigues bore fresh scorch marks from the straggler takedown. They thought cuffs would break us. Patience recalculates, Mara said, echoing Solvery's earlier line. A coalition heavy warped in Kethrick's 9 flagship, the bureaucrat's fist. The envoy's face filled the main screen, mandibles clicking. Human commander, your vanishing act violates Procedure 7. Mara cut the feed. Jam their envoy channels, focus fire on fist sensor spines. Beams lanced out, fist reeled, spines shattering. Kethrick's 9 protests garbled into static. Solvery broke through on a private band. Vance, your jump, elegant, but the corridor reforms. Yield now or the full fleet engages. She respected his speed. He'd pivoted faster than politics allowed. Your doctrine favors mass, Mara transmitted back. Ours favors economy. Decoys reloaded. Fresh pods launched from her destroyers. Coalition trackers bit again, wasted shots. Rook leaned over the plot. Ground teams report station secure. Coalition troops surrendering. They keep muttering about no rage. Competence wins, Mara said. She keyed fleet-wide. Flotilla micro-jump to extract vector, ghost out. Drive spooled. Endurance and escort snapped away again. They reappeared amid slagged hulks, the mines from earlier blooms still drifting. Coalition remnants scattered. Solvery's voice chased them. Recalibrating, humans thread nets like void spirits, respect earned. Kethric's nine-fist limped, trailing plasma. The envoy's channel reopened, furious. This humiliation ends. Galactic Council will, Mara transmitted one word, hostile. Torpedoes streaked, guided smart, fist shields buckled under precise hits, drives only, no kills. The heavy drifted dead in space. Bridge alarms wailed, the unknown fleet closed, signatures multiplied, sleek hulls, no IFF. Their hail-pierced jams, observation complete, humans demonstrate, coalition fractures. Rook's jaw tightened. New players, orders. Prep for escalation, Mara said. Limited objectives, map their doctrine next. Sensors pinged. Solvery's wing reformed at a distance, holding, not charging. His voice returned, measured. Vance, truce band open, your restraint. Noted, Kethric's 9 misread you. She paused. Diplomacy as operations. Accepted, coordinates. Data streamed in. A neutral vector, peace talks on her terms, but the unknowns fired probes, scouts darting close, Mara's guns tracked. Hold fire, she ordered. Let them probe. Rook nodded to his marines. Gear check. We drop if they push. Endurance resupplied mid-drift. Drones zipped from the logistics web, feeding ammo precise. Coalition stragglers watched via drone cams, gaping at replays. They vanished inside us, ghosts with fangs. Kethric's 9 escape pods ejected. Captured by human tenders. The envoy's last transmission. Primitives, patient death. Mara muted fleet chatter. Her display showed the board, coalition cracked, unknowns probing, Solvery holding line. Patience weaponized, Rook murmured. She stood. Bridge to all hands. Battle stations, they baited, we answer. The unknowns loomed larger. Their lead ship hailed direct, voice synthetic, probing deep. Human competence intrigues demonstrate further. Mara's finger hovered over reply. Cold jump plotted anew. Inside their formation this time. Solvery's truce pinged again. Join us, Vance, against the shadows. Choices stacked. War evolved. Endurance's rails charged silent. A coalition frigate broke ranks, defecting. Its captain broadcast. Varathians with humans. Kethric's betrayed us all. Chaos rippled. Mara seized it. Flotilla reform on Solvery's wing. Limited alliance. Rook grinned faint. Quiet war declared. Sensors screamed. Unknowns surged. Massed fire incoming. Mara's voice cut steel. Jump now. They ghosted forward, into the heart of the new threat. Solvery's cruisers flanked in. Flank executed, your center holds. Good match, Mara replied. Torpedoes met countervolleys. Human economy shredded alien mass. Drones resupplied mid-fire. Unknown hulls cracked. Probes mapped their doctrine. Swarm tactics adaptive. Mara adjusted. Counter with singles, precision. Rook's marines dropped from shuttles, clean strikes on borders. Objectives taken, no rage wasted. The synthetic voice returned, strained. Recalculating, humans exceed parameters. Endurance danced through the swarm. Cold jumps chained, ghosts in the void. Kethric's 9 in custody below decks watched feeds, his mandibles stilled. Patience, war. Galactics learned fast or died slow. Mara's plot cleared, unknowns retreated, probes fleeing. Solvery's voice hailed victory. Council fractures. Your terms, she transmitted coordinates, peace on precision, but a final ping echoed, deeper shadows stirring, war's countdown ticked, Rook saluted. Next objective? Limited, Mara said. Always, the fleet held, quiet competence roared. Solvery's hologram flickered on Mara Vance's bridge. Pursuit net deploying, human flotilla vector 7, your clearest escape. Mara's fingers danced over her console. Endurance's engines thrummed low. She plotted a tighter arc straight into the debris field. Negative strategist, we thread the wreckage. Solvery's frills flared. His cruisers fanned wide, lasers carving probe signatures from the black. Unknown remnants scattered, their adaptive swarms fracturing under massed fire. Human rails spat precise volleys, singles as ordered. Hulls vented atmosphere in silent blooms. Why refuse? Solvery demanded. His net closed, dragging stragglers into kill boxes. Mara's plot synced feeds. Debris masked 3 tenders, coalition logistics, fat with fuel drones. Untouched in the chaos. Efficiency, she said. Reform on my wing. Endurance surged. Her drone slipped the net's edge, ghosts in the scrap. Solvery's voice sharpened. You bypass prey. Prey runs dry first. Mara keyed strike protocols. Torpedoes lanced from her flanks. No warning flares. They burrowed into tender hulls, igniting fuel cells. Fireballs bloomed, chain reactions rippling through drone swarms. Coalition resupply choked, ships untouched but starving. Solvery recalculated. His cruisers pivoted, mopping remnants. Logistics crippled. Combat fleet panics without fuel. Bold. Standard, Mara replied, her scopes cleared. Unknowns fled into jump shadow. Pursuit net claimed half. Victory logged clean. Rook's marine shuttle detached from Endurance's bay. Boarding green. Command node secured in 5. Mara tracked his vector. Coalition station loomed, hub for detained human shuttles, seized weeks back under safety protocols. Ketherick's 9-old play labeling humans primitives. She'd let it simmer. Now precision extracted it. Limited objectives, she reminded. Crew alive. Node offline only. Rook's feed patched in. His helmet cam swept corridors, alien guards in powered exos, mandibles clicking alarms. Marines ghosted bulkheads, mag boots silent. No breach charges. Neural stunners dropped the first patrol clean. Contacts down, Rook murmured. Moving, Mara's bridge crew tensed. Solvery hailed. Your ground teams, station defenses, trigger autolocks. Handled. Mara watched Rook's squad slice a panel. Viro code bypassed firewalls, human black box tech alien-proof, doors hissed. Detained crew huddled inside, bruised but breathing. Shuttle pilots extracted, Rook reported. Marines slung them over shoulders. Rear guard laid micromines on comm relays. No excess damage, clean exfil. Alarms wailed as they retracted. Station node went dark, votes, logs all severed. Coalition bureaucracy blinded. Rook's shuttle docked hard. Objective complete, 0 casualties. Mara nodded to her med teams. Debrief later, flotilla cold jump to rally point. Ketherick's 9 paced his brig cell, mandibles grinding. Feeds looped on his wrist pad, tenders exploding, station dark. Mara's humans danced through his procedures like smoke. Terrorism, he hissed into a smuggled relay, coalition channels lit. Humans raid sovereign nodes, primitives escalate, his contacts stirred. Galactic chamber feeds surged online. Votes tallied, emergency session. Ketherick's pushed the narrative. Unsafe forces declare war, isolate humanity. Delegates buzzed. Varathian reps fractured further, their defectors' broadcast still echoing. Solvery's faction abstained, recalculating. Mara's fleet ghosted to the rally. Sensors pinged inbound. Coalition heavies fuel-starved but massed. Solvery's cruisers joined flank. His hologram returned. Chamber votes war. Ketherick's weaponizes your raid. She checked plots. Heavies lumbered on emergency reserves, tenders gone, comm relays silent. Predictable. Your logistics strike forces it, Solvery said. They panic. Rook strode onto bridge, helmet tucked. His marines trailed, human crew in tow, pilots nodding thanks. Node's votes erased. No quorum traces left. Mara's eyes flicked to Ketherick's cell feed. Envoy seethed, relay dead. Quiet competence, she murmured. Coalition fleet closed. Their admiral broadcast wide. Surrender primitives. Coalition declares enforcement. Mara's rails charged. Flotilla precision pairs. Target fuel lines. Endurance led. Drones swarmed enemy flanks, not battleships, but feeder tubes snaking from ghost tenders. Torpedoes severed them. Heavies faltered, engines starving mid-charge. Solvery matched. His lasers diced drone escorts. They break formation, resupply panic spreads. Rook gripped a rail. Marines prepped for borders. Human economy fired, rails punching weak points, drones resupplying hot. Alien mass cracked under singles. No rage, just cuts. Ketherick's relay sparked back, chamber feed. Votes flipped. War declared, crush Vance, but plots lied. Relays severed meant delayed quorum. Mara's strike bought hours. Coalition heavies drifted, fuel ghosts. Solvery hailed. Their doctrine crumbles, respect your restraint. Diplomacy as ops, Mara said. They misread patience. Rook grinned faint. Now they vote blind. Fleet reformed. Unknown probes ghosted edges, deeper shadows. Mara transmitted to Solvery, joint terms, fuel for alliance. He paused, frills smoothed. Accepted, council fractures without relays. Ketherick slammed his cell wall. Feeds cut. His war vote hung unconfirmed. Humans hadn't hunted battleships. They'd hunted fuel lines, comm relays, and the votes that made war legal. Endurance's alarms pinged soft. New signatures inbound, coalition reinforcements. Mara's plot spun. Rook, second wave preps. Limited, he echoed. Quiet competence roared louder. Solvery's net expanded, human arcs threading impossible gaps. Mara watched tenders burn on replay, coalition resupply in ruins. Heavies wouldn't last the hour. Ketherick's broadcast from custody. This is Envoy Protocol, release me. Mara muted him. Bridge status? All green, her XO reported. Jumps chained. Rook's squad reloaded stunners. Human crew integrated seamless, pilots back at nav, no cheers, just nods. Solvery's voice cut in. Incoming vote ping delayed, your node raid severed it. Good. Mara vectored drones, probes mapped enemy drift, panic maneuvers, fuel critical, coalition admiral hailed private. Vance terms, she glanced at Rook. He nodded. Logistics intact, you stand down. Static, then retreat vectors broadcast. Heavies limped away, Solvery flanked tight. Fracture complete, Ketherick's isolated. Mara's console cleared, peace on precision for now. Shadows stirred deeper, War's fuel ran dry, Rook saluted. Next. Watch the votes, she said. Endurance jumped. Ghosts ahead, Ketherick's mandibles stilled in the dark. Patience. War, Mara's fleet held the void, competence declared. Sensors screamed anew. Massed signatures, unknowns returned, swarms adaptive. Solvery's cruisers wheeled. Flank holds, he said. Mara charged rails. Precision again. Torpedoes flew, humans didn't rage, they cut. Quiet war escalated, Rook dropped shuttles. Borders inbound. Clean strikes, no waste. Solvery recalculated. Humans exceed. Coalition watched from afar. Votes meaningless now. Shadows cracked under fire. Probes fled. Mara's plot locked final ping. Deeper core stirred true threat. Reform, she ordered. Into it. Fleet surged. Alliance forged in cuts. Ketherick's whispered to empty cell. Primitives win. Quiet competence thundered. War evolved. Humans led. Plasma lanced through the void. Mara Vance's console lit red. The human refugee convoy marked medical in 4 languages shredded under coalition strike craft. Evac protocols, she snapped. Her bridge crew moved like clockwork. No panic, just hands on stations. The Galactic Chamber's declaration still echoed from the open channel. Envoy Ketherick's 9 voice, smug and procedural. Limited pacification campaign against unsafe primitives. Human forces deemed a threat to coalition stability. Mara ignored it. Her fingers danced over logistics overlays. Pre-planned dispersal orders flooded the net. Merchant hulls across the sector pinged acknowledgements. Freighters rerouted. Cargoes dumped. Hidden railgun mounts deployed from false bulkheads. Convoy status? She asked. Captain Jalen Rook's face appeared on split screen. Marines in his dropship swarmed the wrecks. 50% casualties. Stunners hot on borders. We're holding the cores. Extract and shadow, Mara said. No pursuit. Rook nodded. Shuttles peeled away, cloaked in debris fields. Clean, her fleet, scattered pickets, not a battle line, reformed into armed convoy nodes. Merchant heavies formed the spine, each now bristled with point defense lasers and missile pods. Logistics first, always. Sensors tracked the attackers. Coalition light cruisers, Solvery-class tacticals. They pressed the kill, mandibles metaphorically clicking in triumph. Mara vectored drone swarms. Probes slipped past their screens. Mapped weak points. Fuel lines exposed, formation sloppy. Ketherick's 9 face intruded on her private channel. The envoy's frills quivered. Commander Vance, surrender your primitives. This demonstrates your unsafety. She muted him. Wasted words. Rook's Marines reported in. Borders repelled. Intel grab orders from Ketherick's override. Targeting civilians to force capitulation. Mara's jaw tightened. She opened fleet-wide. Nodes align, rails charge. Merchant hulls hummed. Rails spat slugs at relativistic speeds. Silent killers. First cruiser vented atmosphere. Second yawed, engines blooming fire. The coalition formation fractured. Strike craft scattered. A new hail pierced her filters. Strategist Solvery, fleet tactician. His cruiser loomed on scan, holding position. Vance, ceasefire channel requested. Ketherick's assumptions flawed. Mara paused. Solvery's record flashed. Competent. Respected precision. She patched him through. Speak. Your response exceeds projections, Solvery said, his voice steady, no frills. Merchant conversions unseen. Dispersal negated our blockade. Ketherick's weaponizes procedure. I challenge open data link. Her bridge officers glanced. She nodded to comms. Link established. Tactics shared. No traps. Solvery's feed showed his bridge. Crew recalculating vectors. Primitives, no, disciplined, we misread restraint. Mara kept it short. Stand down your wing, we'll mirror, agreement pinged. His cruisers wheeled out of attack posture, then static, channel severed, Ketherick's 9 override blasted fleet nets. Sabotage forgiven, Solvery, strike the refugee remnants, force their capitulation. Mara's plot updated. Solvery's ships hesitated. Then rogue squadrons, Ketherick's loyalists, dived on the convoy debris. Counterfire, she ordered. Rails barked again. Merchant nodes tightened. Drones suicided into enemy drives. Rook's Marines launched from shadows. Boarding torpedoes cracked hulls. One loyalist cruiser exploded. Solvery's voice cut private. Fracture engaged. My wing isolates Ketherick's elements. Mara watched the dance. Humans cut precise. No rage, limited objectives. Enemy panic spread. Rooks feed. Marines in corridors. Stunners dropping aliens. Cores secure. Intel confirms Ketherick sabotaged our channel. She keyed response. Extract, reform on me. Shuttles boosted clear. Convoy ghosts, now armed, slipped into hyperspace lanes. Solvery hailed open. Vance, Coalition Admiral requests terms. Her fleet held position. Logistics intact. Merchants reloaded from shadow depots. Stand down all strikes, she transmitted. Evac our wrecks, no more hulls. Static, then retreat vectors broadcast. Heavies limped away. Mara's console cleared. Solvery flanked her plot. Ketherick's isolated. Vote ping delayed. Your node raid severed it. Good. She vectored fresh drones. Probes mapped deeper drifts. Panic maneuvers. Fuel critical. Rook saluted on screen. Ground teams ready next. Watch the votes, she said. Endurance jumped to station. Ketherick's mandibles stilled in some dark cell, she imagined. Patience. War, sensors screamed anew. Massed signatures, unknowns returned. Swarms adaptive. Solvery's cruisers wheeled into her line. Flank holds. Mara charged rails. Precision again. Torpedoes flew. Humans didn't rage, they cut. Rook dropped shuttles. Boarders inbound. Clean strikes, no waste. Deeper core stirred. True threat. Reform, she ordered. Into it. Fleet surged. Alliance forged in cuts. Quiet competence thundered, but the chamber voted again. Ketherick's allies pushed escalation. Primitives must yield. Mara's net lit with merchant reports. Hulls converted fleet-wide. Thousands now, nodes everywhere. Solvery private. I recalculate. Humans exceed. Politics blind. She nodded to empty bridge. Show them. Strike wings reformed. Coalition heavies probed her outer nodes. Rails answered. Slugs punched through shields. Merchants danced evasion. Fat hulls mocking battle wagons. Rook's Marines hit a forward base. Limited objective. Comms array down. Explosions confirmed. Vote channels severed. Ketherick's raged on intercepted audio. Unsafe. Crush them. Solvery countered in council feed. Capability demonstrated. Restraint is strength. Mara smiled faintly. Her plot locked final pings. Shadows cracked. Probes fled. Core threat exposed. Hidden coalition battle line. Ketherick's pet project. Fleet, advance. She led the charge. Merchants in vanguard. Rails hot. Enemy swarms adapted. Drones countered hers. But humans iterated faster. Pods launched countermeasures. Jammers bloomed. Rook boarded the lead heavy. Bridge secured. Solvery joined the push. His tacticals flanked. Combined fire. Precision met precision. Coalition line buckled. Ketherick's voice whispered defeat on open comms. Primitives, win. Mara's fleet held the void. War evolved. Humans led, yet sensors pinged deeper. Unknown masses stirred beyond the core, not coalition, something older. She keyed all channels. Solvery, data share, affirmative. His feed merged. Recalculations spun. Rook checked in. Ground secure. Refugees extracted. Good work. Mara plotted the surge. Quiet war escalated. Merchant nodes reformed. Rails cooled, reloaded. The chamber watched from afar. Votes meaningless. Shadows loomed. True crisis brewed. Endurance ahead, she murmured. Fleet jumped. Competence declared war on the dark. Explosions ripped the forward picket. Mara Vance gripped her console. Unknown swarms, adaptive chitinous, swarmed her drones. Counter swarm, she ordered. Merchant lasers stitched the void. Solvery's voice cut in. Vance, these exceed coalition, Xenotech signatures. Her plot updated. Probes died fast, but humans adapted. Rails retargeted bioforms. Rook's shuttles dove. Marines inbound. Stunners ineffective. Switched to kinetics. Clean kills. Hull breaches sealed behind. Ketherick's isolation complete. His cell feed leaked. Mandibles chittered defeat. Mara ignored. Focus forward. Solvery flanked tight. Alliance holds. Recalibrate. She shared vectors. Into the core. Fleet cut through. Quiet thunder rolled, war's fuel ignited anew. Humans endured, patience no more. Competence reigned, rails thrummed. Mara Vance locked vectors on the coalition strike group. Layer 1, drones out, merchant rails, staggered fire. Her fleet ghosted forward, silent hunters in the black. The enemy cruisers burned hot, overconfident after their primitive cull broadcast. Ketherick's 9 humiliation ploy. Mara ignored the chatter, logistics first. Her plot bloomed with intercepts. Drones swarmed first. Coalition point defense shredded half. The rest burrowed into vents. Explosions rippled hulls. Layer 2, Mara said, merchant freighters, rearmed haulers unleashed. Railgun volleys punched clean through armor, no waste. Strike group fragmented. Escape pods jettisoned in panic. Pods clear, her sensor chief reported. No locks. Hold fire. Mara's voice stayed level. No vengeance, just receipts. Her Marines prepped retrieval. Captain Rook's voice cut in. Shuttles launching, ground teams sync with fleet. Affirm. Mara watched the dance. Pods snagged precise, no boarding fights. Scans logged, every medkit deployed, every bandage applied. Rook's logs streamed live, vitals stable, detainees secure. Humans humble in victory, competence spoke. Coalition chamber feed patched in. Envoy Ketherick's 9 stood tall or tried. His mandibles clicked fury. Human barbarism. They fired unprovoked. Strategist Solvery rose. The alien scales gleamed under chamber lights. Competent, fast, he respected vectors, not votes. Lies end now. Solvery keyed his console. Hollow projected Ketherick's own orders. Sabotage codes funneled to the strike group. Your cull was rigged failure. Humans responded to invasion. Gasps rippled the chamber. Ketherick's chittered denial, evidence mounted. Logs from captured drives. Human restraint, no pod shots. Survivor counts matched. Rook's feed played, Marines hauling wounded aliens to safety. Treatment per coalition charter, Rook's voice droned. Clean, precise. Mara's bridge hummed approval, her fleet held position, no pursuit. Solvery locked eyes on Ketherick's. Arrest him. Security drones swarmed the envoy, mandibles stilled, politics cracked. Mara keyed open channel, chamber-wide. Joint tribunal, terms full disclosure of strike logs, no reprisals, refugees returned unharmed. Her plot shared real-time, layered ambush replay, efficiency laid bare. Humans fought smart, not angry, silence stretched. She cut the feed. No explanation. Mute demand, choose wisely, sensors pinged, Rook's shuttle docked. Survivors aboard, Commander, logs sealed and sent. Good work, Mara nodded. Her Marines moved like clockwork. Detainees to medbay, no interrogations, just protocol. Solvery hailed private. Vance chamber fractures, Ketherick's isolated, your silence. Brilliant. Standard ops. She shared updated scans, merchant nodes reforming, rails cooling for next jump. His feed merged. Unknowns inbound, Xenotech confirmed, we flank. Affirm. Collaboration clicked. Aliens plan grand, humans executed tight. Fleet accelerated. Void split with quiet thunder. Coalition expected rage. Humans delivered precision. Explosions lit the forward picket anew. Chitinous swarms boiled from shadow lanes. Adaptive hulls shrugged lasers. Mara's drones popped like firecrackers. Counter, she snapped. Merchant rails retargeted. Slugs hammered bioforms. Hulls cracked. Debris fields bloomed. Rook checked in. Marines planetside. Stunners down. Kinetics hot. Extract and consolidate. Mara plotted surges. Solvery's vectors overlaid hers. Coalition remnants trailed, chastened. Ketherick's cell leaked on open nets, defeat chitters silenced, probes died fast, humans adapted faster, boarding torpedoes launched. Marines breached queen nodes, clean kills, sealed behind, swarms faltered. Core breach, Solvery reported, his fleet stitched flanks. Aliens excelled at scale, humans at the kill, Mara gripped console. Push, fleet dove, shadows parted. True threat loomed, elder hives, dormant eons. Coalition politics faded, survival bonded. Rook's voice, refugees secure, ground holds. Regroup. Mara eyed the surge, patience forged this. Weakness mistaken, now war declared silent. Hives pulsed, rails reloaded. Quiet competence rolled thunder, swarm lords ejected spores. Mara's countermeasures bloomed, chaff clouds laced with rail dust. Spores ignited mid-void, Solvery whistled approval. Recalibrate flanks. Shared, her plot spun. Merchant lasers carved paths. Rook's dropships weaved fire. Limited objectives, fast, clean. Chamber watched distant feeds. Votes dissolved. Evidence piled, Kethrix's fall, human logs, survivor tallies, no rage, just results, Myra keyed fleet-wide. Endurance ahead. Jump drives charged, unknown masses stirred, not coalition, older, hungrier. Pods from earlier strike, coalition survivors, now allies in medbays, treated per logs, trust built action by action, Solvery flanked tight. Alliance solidifies. Focus core. Myra cut chatter, vectors locked, fleet surged, explosions ripped hive clusters. Marines carved hearts, rails silenced queens, swarms buckled. Kethrix's whisper leaked, primitives, endure. Mara ignored, sensors cleared paths, shadows receded, but pings deepened. Elder signatures flared, crisis brewed true. Data share? She asked Solvery. Affirmative. Feeds merged. Recalculations flew. Rook extract complete, rails inbound. Fleet reformed, merchant nodes locked. Quiet war escalated. Hives regrouped. Adaptive fast. Myra's countermeasures evolved. Drone swarms baited, rails punished. Solvery's grand sweeps pinned. Humans struck surgical, chamber session broke, evidence undeniable, tribunal terms accepted silent. Myra's transmission ended as before, no words, choice made, void thrummed, rails hot, competence led into dark, spores clouded sensors. Myra vectored through. Layered denial. Drones sacrificed smart, lasers stitched kills, Rook's teams sealed breaches. Hull secure, Solvery, your Marines, poetry. Training. Humans humble, action proved, Elder Core loomed, masses shifted, war's fuel burned hot. Fleet cut deep, thunder rolled silent, patience no more, sensors screamed. Hive Lord emerged, colossal xenotech veins pulsing, coalition probes vaporized on contact. Myra's rails targeted joints, slugs bit deep, Solvery's heavies hammered flanks. Boarding parties, Rook requested, we gut it. Green light. Myra watched shuttles lance. Marines breached chitin, kinetics barked, queens fell, Lord thrashed, void shook, pods jettisoned, hybrid survivors, scans logged. Retrieve, Myra ordered, no shots, receipts again. Solvery, you fight like us now better. Teamwork. Collaboration won, core cracked, elder fragments scattered, fleet held, chamber hailed, votes realigned, Kethrix disgraced. Humans led quiet, Myra cut feed, silence demanded more, pings echoed, deeper shadows stirred. True endurance tested, rails cooled, jump primed, competence declared eternal war.